Hey guys, how's it going? As always, my name's Braxton Wheeler, host of First Pitch with head coach Ryan Brittle. Sorry we weren't able to make it to you last week. It was a busy schedule for both of us. But how are you doing, Coach, as always?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
So we put a series this weekend versus Greensboro. We'll just move past We and Peace. And I guess we'll talk Randolph-Macon. A little quick talk of Randolph-Macon if you want to.
I'm glad we moved past William Peace.
Yeah, it's better days were ahead for sure.
Randolph-Macon was another kind of frustrating day, but learned a lot from it. Macon's always quality club, coached by Ray Hedrick and his staff. Always going to be great, and we actually had a chance to win that game. I thought we played really poorly on defense, but we did have a chance to win that game. Just couldn't get some key outs or key hits in the right spot. Ended up losing 15-7, I think. Tied up at 7-7 in the sixth inning. My chair is sinking.
Is it?
Brax.
Button on the side right here.
Switch chairs real quick.
That's right. So yeah, it's pretty much a sum up of the Randolph-Macon game.
Macon was on. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday we played Macon? Can't remember. Anyway,
Wednesday because we moved.
It was a Wednesday, so we had a good day Thursday of practice.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Thoughts on the way we practiced this week leading up to the Greensboro series? It's definitely an interesting practice. I think.
So I'm going to ask you that question. Thoughts on the way we practiced on Thursday?
Well, it was interesting. First thing, we went out there and Coach brought out a ball and told one of the needed to volunteer, and Jake Martin obviously volunteered, and he went out there and he tried to stand on the ball by himself.
Yes, we had one of those big exercise balls, rubber balls about this big, and I wanted to try and improve a point, and so I wanted one of the guys to stand on that ball by themselves. And so Jake Martin, I asked for a volunteer. 3 guys' hands went up, and Jake just kind of ran out there anyway, and asked him to stand on the ball, and you can tell him what happened next.
Yeah, and we were asking a bunch of questions. What can we do? And Mike Dorsonville and everybody's like, well, we can. He didn't say we can't help him, and we were like, Coach, can we help him? And he just didn't say anything. We're like, Coach, can we help him? And finally, we just all went over there as a team and helped him. And we held him up, and he was able to stand on the ball. And it was kind of a drill where we need everybody involved. It takes everybody as a team effort to reach a goal that we want to do. And I think our energy was okay up until this weekend, but it was a total different feel. We were all on an island together, you said, and when we all helped Jake out on that ball, it definitely made us realize that we all need to have each other's back, because if we match the same energy as the other team, we weren't playing good enough to win baseball games. And if we have each other's back and stuff like that, we definitely can beat anybody. And this weekend we had close games. I think that definitely made a difference. And what was also interesting, and some of the players were, thinking that this was by design, but as we were doing this drill, it was a really windy day, and the girls' softball tarp, the field's above our field, and the tarp went flying backwards against the fence, and you hear the girls screaming, and we all look at each other and look at Coach, and Coach says, run up there and go help them out, run up there and go help them out. So the whole baseball team takes off on a dead sprint up the hill, and we help them put the tarp back on. But it's crazy how it worked out. We were talking about teamwork and stuff like that, and just a way to help people out, and that happened. So the other day, after we got done winning the 3 games versus Greensboro, I was like, shout out to the girls softball tarp, because we were all saying that it was like some magic behind it. So I think we had a good week practicing after Randolph, Coach.
Yeah, so Thursday was a interesting day, and the way we went about practice, the whole point of the practice was, I told the team this, I said we could practice out here for 10 hours. Just practice baseball, and it wouldn't do us any good. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about the baseball at that point. It was about supporting our teammates and having energy in the dugout. And because of the energy that we had, the Greensboro series was unlike any series I've ever been a part of, and I've been coaching baseball for 19 seasons. Mm-hmm. And to have the energy that we had in our dugout and sustain it for a 3-game series where not only did we have a 3-game series on the road, but we traveled back and forth every single day. We rode the bus for a couple of 2-3 hours every day, and to sustain our energy for that long was a special weekend. Now the challenge is to sustain that, to continue to have energy, and as I told the team, we're gonna get knocked off that big blue ball every now and again. We have to have the the strength and intestinal fortitude to get back up on there and try again. And we did this weekend. We didn't play great baseball this weekend, but we played good baseball. And every time we got punched in the nose, we got back up and we started punching right back. Not literally, although it could have come to that, but because it was pretty testy this weekend down in Greensboro. But
it was.
I was proud of us. I thought, Friday, I thought they lost the game. We didn't particularly win it, but we played okay. Saturday was a growing up day for us, I thought. It was a 2-run ball game going into the 7th. They scored a run in the bottom of the 7th, made it a 1-run game. We held on to a 1-run lead through the 8th and the 9th inning, and I thought our team grew up a whole bunch. And then the same thing happened. It was a 1-run game in the 7th on Sunday. And it had been a lot going on the field. And Kyle Anstice comes up in the top of the 9th and hits a 2-run absolute tank and puts us up by 3. And we hold on to the lead in the 9th. And Luke Bryant got his first collegiate save on Sunday. And Colby Grissom got his first collegiate save on Saturday. And look forward to getting back on the field.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, update for this week. Today's game, we're actually moving that to Bridgewater. We're going to play a doubleheader at Bridgewater when we go up there. And then tomorrow's game, which I can announce now, has been moved to next Wednesday, March the 28th. So we're traveling to Emory and Henry next Wednesday, March the 28th, and no game tomorrow. So, and you need to keep posted on the website for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, against Methodist. The weather is kind of iffy towards the end of the weekend, so there's a good possibility that games might be moved up into Friday afternoon.
All right, and a little bit about the Greensboro series. Kyle looked like he definitely got his confidence and his swing back. B West had a great weekend.
Huge weekend.
Every game here I have something 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 for 5. Then Jake, B West, and Kyle, as you mentioned those home runs. Noah coming back. Noah Collins is big. He's definitely a great pitcher, and he did a huge job for us on Sunday. So there's a lot of people we could talk about here. And pitching-wise, Holly went 6 innings. He's always going to do great. And Joey always keeps you in the game 7 innings, and Drew 7 innings. So our starters definitely are getting us some quality innings on the weekend and save some of your best relievers for the end of the game, such as Colby's pitching great as well. He's coming around. So
to go along with our starting pitching, our defense has been particularly good. Was particularly good over the weekend, and has been particularly good in our conference games. I think we're fielding well over 970 in conference games, which is outstanding. We turned, I don't know how many double plays we turned this weekend.
Ball to you, Mick.
We turned maybe 6 or 7 double plays this weekend, and our defense has been playing well. So that's good to see. Always can win if you can pitch and play defense.
And talking about Methodist this weekend, we'll talk a little bit about them. They're good opportunity for us, top 10 team right now. I believe the record's 20-3. 9-0 in conference. They did lose one to Pfeiffer, but they're ineligible, so it'd still be 9-0 technically in the conference standings. So thoughts on Methodist, Coach?
It's always great to play Methodist. You always get a good gauge of where your team is. Methodist will not beat themselves. They will not. You have to beat them. They don't make mistakes. They're going to bunt with runner on first, and they're going to do a quality job of that and move runners over. They can hit. They pitch it okay, and they certainly are not going to beat themselves. Coach Austin's been around this game and coached this game too long and done such a good job that we're going to have to come out. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to have great energy. We're going to have to overcome our mistakes, pitch it well on the mound, and see where we end up at the end of the weekend. But it's always a fierce battle. There's a big rival for us, has been for a long time. And we always look forward to having Methodist in here at home. That's
right. Can't wait for the opportunity and come out and watch the games. So we have a cancer fundraiser going on. Coach, give us a little update about. We've done a pretty good job, I believe, raising some money.
We have. So every year, for the past 3 years, we've partnered with Versus Cancer, and it's an organization that raises cancer for children's cancer. And what it is so they've set up a website for us. our guys go in and make their own websites, push it out on social media. So half the money that we raise will go to children's cancer research. The other half of the money goes to an organization of our choice. And our organization has always been the Children's Hospital down in Roanoke, Carilion Children's Hospital. And so our goal this year was to raise $1,200. Thus far, we've raised $1,370, so we're over our goal. And we still have a few days left. The culmination of the Versus Cancer fundraiser ends on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 24th, with the Methodist Games. And I would encourage anyone out there who watches this to go donate $1. Every single penny counts, and it's for a good cause. All the money is used for just causes, either to Carilion Children's Hospital or to cancer research. And we're glad to partner with Versus Cancer, as do a lot of athletics teams. And it's a really good cause, and our guys have done a good job this year of supporting that.
Yeah, it's one of those things we talk about. It's bigger than baseball, and this is also just a great thing to donate to. So the question this week that I asked the players, I try to get a general aspect. Some of them are like, since a couple guys didn't shave this weekend, they had beards. Can we keep having beards? But the real question
would be, they didn't shave this weekend?
I don't know. It's about half and half.
I know Jake Martin needs to use a razor on his face.
That's right. But Coach, how nervous do you get in close game situations as a head coach?
So I don't know if I would call it nervous. Maybe other people would call it nervous. I get excited, and it depends on the game, and it depends on your team. When you don't have a whole lot of confidence, or when your team doesn't have a whole lot of confidence, then it's a little bit more nerve-wracking, because one or two games like this weekend can really go a long way to helping your team gain confidence. And I start pacing up and down the dugout. You guys know at the end of the game, and a lot of that is me thinking, okay, who needs the pitch when? Because that's really the most important thing at the end of the game is the guys on the mound, and trying to be able to set up our bullpen to where we have guys that are going to throw strikes at the end of the game. And this weekend, Colby Grissom really stepped it up. Noah Collins, Luke Bryant, all three of those guys really stepped it up. And to guys, we're not gonna have guys that come in and blow up by people and strike people out and just can do that. We need to throw strikes, and if we throw strikes, then we'll give ourselves a chance to win. The other team has to beat you then, and our guys did that this weekend. And after this weekend, it'll give me a whole lot more confidence going into the next time that those close games happen. But I guess I get a little nervous, but I get excited, and my wheels in my head, which I don't have many up there, but they start churning, trying to figure out who's going to be the guy that's going to get the job done at the end of the game, and how we can get there. I start counting outs at the end of the game. Yeah. Okay, this guy's going to get this out. This guy's going to get this out, and try to set up our bullpen properly. So,
all right. And final question of the interview, Coach, just kind of the personal question that we like to ask, just to get to know Coach better and myself a little bit better. So when times get tough and you need a way just to get away from baseball and clear your mind, what do you resort to?
I would say there's probably three ways that I get away. One would be certainly my kids, because my kids know when we win or lose, but they don't really care. I mean, I come home, walk in the door, and they're jumping all over me. And we play a game called Big Bad Wolf, and I'm the Big Bad Wolf, and I'm supposed to chase them around and catch them and tickle them and all that kind of stuff. And so I do that when I get home. I'd say I'd spend a decent amount of time in prayer, and at night laying in bed, thanking my Heavenly Father and my Savior for all that He's given me, and asking them for help on how to help our team. And that's laying in bed at night thinking about that is where the idea came from for Thursday. So me personally, I don't think it's just like me thinking of those things. There's there's no coincidences in life, I don't think. So the fact that we had a team building exercise going on, when the tarp flew over top of the softball backstop, there's no coincidences to me. Mm-hmm. And so those things happen for reasons, and they don't just happen to us. They happen to lots of people, but some people don't recognize them because they just don't know how to recognize them. And then the third thing that I do is I hunt. Now during the season I don't get to hunt, but in the off season, in the fall, I can hunt, go sit in a tree stand. I can sit in a tree stand for hours and not see a thing and be just fine. Just thinking about my family, thinking about my life, thinking about our team, thinking about our youth at church that I'm in charge of, and so that's probably three things that I do that take me away from baseball and kind of recenter and focus me back on what's important.
It's awesome, Coach. I don't know, just one amount of many, but just one amount would probably be just take a drive sometimes. I don't know, it's kind of a theme with people our age, just take a drive late at night to Rocky Mountain back, and even sometimes look at Franklin County where I used to go to high school, you know, sometimes just look back at that. But that's all I have. Is that it for you, Coach?
That's it for me, buddy.
All right, this is Braxton Wheeler, head coach Ryan Brittle. See you next week.